do the wealthiest families in America hold on to their wealth for generations without squandering it away? Normally, wealthy families will lose their wealth within 1 or 2 generations because the kids or descendants will blow it on cars or parties or whatever, right? It could even be legitimate business ventures, but they're just not as good at it as the parents were to build up that wealth originally. The biggest risk to trust is the survival and downside protection, and not necessarily generating the highest returns. So principal protection, while generating a favorable cash flow to cover expenses and rejuvenate the trust, make sure the family has a good life, that downside protection is just as important as generating those upside returns. I have a case study here of a family that I know that is fairly wealthy, $20 million. They have their assets, but they also have what they call their secret weapon inside the trust, which is high cash value whole life insurance. They also have their succession plans, business plans, etc., to help make sure those business ventures continue and their kids and future generations stay engaged. But the secret among many of their secret societies, whenever these high net worth folks do, and rituals, whatnot, is cash value whole life insurance. Instead of allowing the trust to squander away, and like most families do, where kids have access and they can drain the trust and throw big yacht parties or whatever, it shifts it so that the money is secured, the wealth is secured, and they're not allowed to use it for certain reasons. But also, even if there isn't as much going on or returns going on to allow for rejuvenation of the trust, they utilize whole life insurance. So in this example, the husband and wife would take out policies. This would have not only high cash value to allow them to access it for safe, liquid, tax-free area to position their wealth, but also has a substantial death benefit to it. And so those death benefits then would go and rejuvenate the trust upon their graduation or death and allow the trust to be filled back up. Note, though, that not only that, the kids, when they're born, the trust would take out a maximum allowable policy and the maximum allowable death benefit with a high cash value design that would then grow from a very young age to their, again, graduation date. And the compounding over 80, 90, 100 years, however long our descendants will last, will be so big at that time, that snowball just keeps going and going over time, that death benefit, the beneficiary being the trust, would then be filled up to a greater extent than perhaps was the trust size in the first place. So in this example, net worth of 20 million, that's all held in the family trust. 2 policies that would grow over time to 10 million and 10 million with 2 kids, beneficiaries being the trust, that fills it back up and makes sure the next generation is adequately able to continue on the family legacy and the family wealth. And this process continues generation after generation after generation and just keeps going. And a really good resource that I would recommend is What Would the Rockefellers Do? The Rockefellers are a very famous family back in the early days, but their wealth has continued. And if you look them up, they still have a sizable amount compared to other families that they had substantial wealth, but they lost it over time. One of the Rockefellers' key secret weapons is high cash value whole life. That downside protection, rejuvenation of the trust allows it to continue from generation to generation, among other strategies. I wanted to share this secret tidbit with you that the wealthy families use. I would always make sure you use one of the 4 major mutual companies: Mass, Guardian, Northwestern Mutual, New York Life. High cash value design that allows for the highest guarantees, maximum liquidity, maximum flexibility. All of these strategies when opening a policy, this is what the wealthy do. So that's why we follow their lead. All right, I hope this was helpful. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also, you can learn more at alphacrusaders.com.